Hey guys, welcome to Sewing Sunday, where I am going to dedicate a scheduled day of the week to work on my creative process. Although today we're not sewing. Today we're going to make a tie fleece blanket. To make this project you need 2 equally sized pieces of fleece. The size that you get is going to be dependent upon the recipient of your project. In my case, I have a taller individual. I want to make sure that this is long enough to totally snuggle underneath. So I got 2.5 yards of the pattern and 2.5 yards of the solid. If there is selvage with writing on it, you need to trim that off of the blanket. There is selvage on the other side as well, but because it was all the same color, I didn't bother trimming that off. I really don't think that it takes away from the quality of your finished product, but if it really bothers you, go ahead and trim both selvages off now. Stack your 2 fabrics on top of each other with the wrong sides together and match up your edges as closely as you can. The first thing that you'll need to do is you'll need to cut out the corners. About 4 to 6 inches square. It's your own preference, you decide. I did about a 4-inch square template for my blanket. Next, you're going to be cutting out about 1-inch wide strips. They should be about 4 inches long. You can measure this. I think that they make special rulers that you can do with the rotary cutter, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. A lot of people will put their project just on the floor on a nice flat surface. For me, it was easier to put it on the bed so that it wasn't so hard to reach. Once you have your strips cut, then you just tie them together with a double knot. You can cut all of your strips at one time, or you can just do like I did here, a few at a time, checking along the way to make sure that you don't leave anyone out like I did in the photo. When I get pretty close to the edge of the unfinished side, I will go ahead and go down to that opposite end and start cutting my strips in the other direction. I'm doing this because I want to make sure that I have as equal of a distribution of the strips as I can, and I can kind of adjust the width as necessary so it isn't obvious that I had to squish in at the last minute. So that's all there is to it, guys. It's real simple. It doesn't require a great deal of skill, and you still end up with a really nice product at the end. I've got a blanket that my grandma made for me 15 years ago, and I still love it just as much as I did then. This is a great project if you want to maybe make something easy for a baby gift, or if you're looking for a project for your kids while they are cooped up inside during the cold weather. You could have them doing it depending upon their age. Maybe you're going to need a little bit more supervision for the scissors part, but they make really quick work of those knots for you. This project took me an hour and a half by myself, so it really isn't time intensive. If you have somebody who wants to do a little bit of decorating in their bedroom, you could get some pillows and then they just tie up their own little decorative pillow for themselves. And that's really simple and doesn't take a whole lot of fabric. You just get some remnants and you can make those up really quick. When you are choosing your fleece, some things to keep in mind are that not all fleece is created equal. You can buy fleece in the kits and it's all pre-coordinated for you. You don't always get the best, thickest fleece that way. I would say that my licensed fleece isn't as nice as my solid fleece, but because you're putting the two layers together, you still get a really nice end product. I hope you enjoyed watching my no-sew Sunday, and let me know if you have done this project or if you do this project. And until I see you again, don't forget to be awesome.